Only in America, darling. By Louis Caldwell. Rewiring American Satire. Accidentally Sideways Trademark. Scriptcoms. Episode Only in America, Darling. At a sun-bleached New York diner, Felix sips something pink. Stephanie threatens to spike David's coffee with rat poison, and a trans girl at the next table wins everyone's heart mid-obituary battle. David reverse engineers gentrification through the classifieds, while Stephanie's ready to slap democracy if they're out of naan again. Together they form a brunch cult. We are the stained, the spared, and the machine wash cold. Stories that live off the page and rent free in your mind. Bitch, I'm fabulous. Location, New York diner time, lunch rush, bleached sunlight. Felix sips something pink with a lemon wedge. Stephanie scrolls through her phone, tapping her nails to what sounds like 9 to 5. Stephanie.
Felix, did you hear Cuomo called New York a rat-infested hole? Said if we don't elect him, the whole city'll collapse like a drunk uncle at a warehouse rave. Why is it always two options, bold and corrupt, or centrist and quietly soul-crushing?
Felix.
Because only in America, and only under your breath, can you say anything besides Big Beautiful Bill and pretend like you're not defunding the poor. And did you see they dusted off Bill Clinton to campaign for Cuomo? Sex scandal endorsing sex scandal. It's like trauma speed dating.
Stephanie.
Did the Democratic Party seriously think, let's pull a page from Trump's playbook and just double up on bad ideas? And of course, they lean to the middle. Again. Why can't they get it through their heads that people actually like progressive ideas? Taking care of everybody makes more sense than polishing yachts for the already rich.
A fabulous woman who's been waiting on their table walks by, refilling sugar. She pauses, confused that so many packets are gone without a single wrapper in sight. David mutters, eyes on the obits.
Nobody dies in good neighborhoods anymore.
Felix.
David, it's okay that you're sitting here, just maybe don't reverse engineer a property glow-up out loud.
David blurts.
She's got family. Damn. That one's got a niece in Forest Hills. This is horrible.
Girl at next table, as if she was competing.
My friend works for an ambulance service, so you may not have much luck at the New York rent lottery.
Stephanie looks over her shoulder and winks at the girl.
Felix says, I like her. Now, David, if you don't stop talking about grief, bingo, I'm calling the waitress and asking for rat poison in your coffee.
David shouting at the obits.
Rent control since '72. Upper West Side.
Girl at next table.
You don't have to be psychic. Bet the man died with Tupperware older than Biden?
Stephanie turns to the girl at the next table.
Want to bump phones? Because you are giving me life. Be right back. Felix, shall I slap him?
Felix.
You don't need my permission, and you know my password. Bump my phone with that girl too. She is fabulous.
Girl at next table.
It's sad that to live in NY and to have a place to sleep that may or may not hold water, you must be happy for the death of others. Thanks for saying I'm fabulous. I do feel extra fabulous today. I'm trans, and I just want to say that because I'm about done at my table, and I don't want or need any fake-ass people today. And if you say something horrible to me, I'm walking out with a mic drop.
Stephanie goes full referee and makes the timeout symbol.
What size are you?
Felix, grabbing her shoulders, turns her to the right. Stephanie screams,
Democratic Socialist.
Stephanie.
That's a joy shout, girl. Perfect size match if I ever heard one. Yeah, you're a size 1 all day, baby.
Girl at next table.
First, I'm so confused. From the looks of your friend David, I'm hoping, and my guess is, the two of you adopt misfits.
Felix.
She is so good at this game. Are you cheating?
Girl at next table.
Now I'm sure I should scream stranger danger, pointing at David. I'm assuming misfit number one? Well, he has been putting sweetener packets and condiments in his pocket, and the waitress had to refill them like 6 times.
David.
Why buy sugar packs? Restaurants are just giving it away.
David screams.
Nancy Reagan.
Stephanie.
Why in the flipping crap would you say Nancy Reagan out loud?
David.
There was a typo in the paper. I love that woman for her library almost as much as Felix loves Found Family Day.
Girl at next table.
I yell Dan, rather when I find a typo.
Felix.
Abort. Abort. She understands David way too quickly, side-eyeing over the rim of his glass. I'm terrified. I don't want to shift the power dynamic.
Siri from nowhere.
Calm down, princess.
Stephanie takes Felix's hand and makes him do the sign of the cross, first touching his head.
Take a deep breath.
David screams.
Head. Like a coin toss.
Stephanie makes Felix point at his toes. David toe! Stephanie puts Felix's hand on his back pocket. Girl at next table.
Like a drunk sorority girl, screams ASS.
David.
I'm so happy I'm not new anymore. I'll help you fit in, but you have to bribe me.
Stephanie points to Felix's watch, covers David's mouth. Felix.
What is watch?
Stephanie.
Now I know why I never slap him, but I always talk about it. His face is sticky.
Siri.
Want to know the origins of head, toe, wallet, watch? Read Found Family Day movie.
Now back to Only in America, darling. Stephanie.
Siri. No one wants a commercial break.
Felix.
If I didn't promise my mum I would correct him with one perfectly timed slap, I would have already modified his software. Thank you for warning me about the sticky.
David, mumbling.
Eleanor.
Girl at next table.
You need to give up on Eleanor. She died yesterday. I did a walk by and saw my first stoop sale, moving in day, and ice raid in the same doorway.
Felix.
Only in America, darling David. If you keep screaming random obituary names, people are going to think you're dumb.
Stephanie.
David, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but you could be rational. You could do something useful, something that helps everyone, not just your weird graveyard monopoly. How about this? Vote at every opportunity. Pick someone who actually gives a damn. Then we get Indian food.
David.
Only if they have chicken masala.
Felix.
Deal. But if they're out of garlic naan again, I'm slapping democracy.
Girl at next table, is this a cult?
Joy shout. All three. Yes, even David. We are the stained, the spared, and the machine wash cold.
Author's note: I don't write politics, I write stories, but this one is both. If you've ever felt like you were waiting for someone to die just so you could live, if you've ever stared at a ballot and seen no one who looked like you, if you've ever tried to blend in just to feel safe in your own city. This story is yours, and you shouldn't have to win the grief lottery to get a lease. I think this is called an opinion piece of literature.
Felix.
Democratic Socialist. The title Democratic was cute. Back when I was repressed, when I couldn't be myself without fear of ridicule. We are not in demo anymore.
David.
We need a Zoran Mamdani in every state to fix the balance that's been thrown off by the right.
Vote like Stephanie has an extra dress your size and a taser. Vote like the obituary didn't win. Vote like this isn't fiction, because it isn't. Dem Zoc. Sociocrat. CPAC. Only in America, darling. I'm overjoyed to announce that someone has stepped up to support my work. To keep his name private, I call him Max. Max reached out and said he believes in my accidentally sideways trademark voice, and as long as I keep telling stories, he's offered to cover the cost of Microsoft Word for me. Oh, it's just under $7 a month, but for me, it changed everything. If you want to be a superhero like Max, you can scan the QR code or use the link below. When I got my first donation, I joy shouted in a Woodman's grocery store. "Tammy Wynette!" I scared a woman so badly, she pulled her child closer to her. I write because I'm dyslexic, gay, and was always told, you can't say that. Use your inside voice. Don't be so loud. You're not smart enough. I chose off-brand food just to have money to write. I called every friend I knew, asking if they had an old laptop collecting dust. That's what I write these stories on. So if you can, and only if you want to, please consider supporting my work. http://@buymeacoffee.com. Bitchin' fabulous. Thank you, and if you hear someone shouting, "Tanya Tucker," in the frozen foods aisle, it might be me again. No donation needed, just leave a joy shout if my voice hit home. Yell anything, Tom Brokaw, frozen grapes, whatever makes your inner weirdo smile, but shout Trump, baby, this isn't that. Dismissed, politely, fabulously, and forever. Scan me to joy shout. I Felix you. https www.bitchimfabulous.com